Oh, welcome everyone to the third installment in the series of how to do a sandwich combo with Miss Fortune. Alright, we've already been through ways to start it, ways to continue it, but how do I end a sandwich combo? Well, of course, if you exhaust all your possibilities, you can also just do 3 Rekkas into Super. I mean, no one's going to blame you there. If you're working in a team, that's probably a good moment to DHC. Another possibility would be to end it in a launch, right? And once you exhaust all possible possibilities, right? Oh, I'm doing all my normals here. That's a weird hitbox thing. I suggest you hold heavy punch for if the head is anywhere near you doing the aerial super. Hold heavy punch so that nothing happens to the actual head, and then you can do stuff afterwards. Well, let's see. I hold heavy punch, and I can negative edge the DP if I wanted to. Okay, another possibility is to do DP. And any DP strength will combo from the headbutt. So once you have this, you can also do that. I gotta be careful there because if I had already used the OTG, that would not have worked. So you gotta be very careful about that. So let's say I'm doing combo. Yay! Wait, I was doing DP, wasn't I? See the same problem happen there. Now also you can do Nom if you wanted to. And from there, I don't know, super, air super, whatever the hell you feel like. You can also finish it in all the Rekkas into this. Or Rekka slide, but of course, once you've done a combo of that magnitude, unless they don't have that much health left, that's not recommended at all. So another possibility, of course, would be to reset, and there are several ways you can reset. I'll show you the hit stun bar. Oh, it's already on. The hit stun bar. That's what happens. And that's how much hit stun this has. If you're able to time it. There we go. That's better. See, problem is you would need to know exactly how much to delay it. There we go. And you can start another combo from there if you wanted to, another sandwich combo, because the opponent's already in place. Or you could do, for example, and from that distance, that happens. There's a possibility you might be able to get it to move properly, but the throw reset is best safe from when the head is real far away. Like, you know, you're doing a sandwich combo from this distance. Let me show you how it should look. This could happen, but if you're doing it from a lot further, let's see if I can get it to hit. Yay! Of course, I totally missed the follow-up. Now I got the distance wrong. So of course it's not a proper possibility unless the opponent's in the corner. Now we've already learned that the Rekka headbutt version gets the opponent in the corner the quickest. So once the opponent's here, it's a lot easier to get him into the low throw resets. And one throw reset will mean they're just eating it. After a throw reset, you can do 2 of the same exact chains before, well, that may change post-patch, but before you actually have to do the rest of the chains. And of course, every other follow-up looks a lot easier, but you already used up your OTG, so I couldn't follow up there with what I wanted. Another possibility, and this works mid-screen. Boo head, boo. Go that way. Okay. Another possibility, and this works mid-screen, is instant air dash light into quarter circle back light kick. Any light works, but let me show you why this one is better. You don't see it there. You don't see it there at all. Let's see it over here. Come on. Jeez. There we go, finally. Oh, camera's having an issue focusing there, but you see that red part underneath is actually the hitbox, and it's basically a half circle underneath her and a little bit in front. So it's really good for crossing over. If you see that green dot that for some reason is floating around in the middle of the screen right about there. Oh, there's my finger, right about there. Oh, thank God. That green dot signifies the middle of the space that they occupy. Basically, it has other meanings, but I have no idea what it means. I just know that that's the middle of the box. So you can see that the red actually covers a lot to the right and a lot to the left. So another good thing about this game, oh, the axe kick. There we go. Axe kick does the same thing except the dot is blue. Okay. So, once that focuses again, let's get rid of the hitboxes. And his thumb bar, don't need it. Now, alright, let's go then. The reason why that's important is you can do instant air dash into light, and it can be really ambiguous. You can just slightly delay the light and cross up, or not, and then not cross up. But then after you do it, you can do the quarter circle back and kick, regardless of where you are at the moment. Only in regards to the direction you're facing. So I'm going to jump over Valentine and do down right and light kick. As you can see, the axe kick came out, even though when I over here, down right light kick does nothing. She jumps for some reason. There you go. Okay? So, when I do the instant air dash light punch, I'm going to do down right and light kick regardless. And whether or not I cross up is irrelevant, because my character is still facing that direction. So back to my character is still that. But the opponent's sprite is crossing over. So, here's what you're doing. After this, you have a lot of hits of advantage, so it's a lot easier to cross up. The problem is, and well, you'll be able to see it once you try it yourself. There's possibility of comboing, like it just happened there. The problem is if you time it wrong a couple of times, well, I did it wrong the second time, but dear God, that happens, and so IPS will say go to hell. So if you have a hard time delaying it manually, I suggest you try something that has a little bit less frame advantage, and that would be after the Rekkas. Of course, you can still combo, but it's easier to actually do it right and not necessarily land in the other side. Now, another thing you need to know about this is it works in the corner because the head... dear God. The head pushes the opponent on hit away from the corner so you can land in the other side. Oh, what to do? It comboed. If it comboed and it crossed up, just keep going with it. Keep track that you used the light kick there. Use super and then start with light punch. Okay, so it's not really the end of the world, but it's something you need to look out for in case you missed the timing for it. That might happen. So if you by chance crossed up and it's still comboed, regardless of whether or not comboed, this is a good idea. We can keep going. Okay, if it doesn't combo, then obviously we'll do the whole thing into the Rekka and whatever. So what is an example of a good, viable sandwich combo for every character? It is hard to tell. In most situations, the same combo will work on everyone. It's just a timing issue. Double, for example, her weight is a lot, so it's easier to get. I don't have double on my team right now, but it's easier to get her to hit heavy punch from the heavy kick in the air, not OTG. But, you know, other than that, anything with launchers, she just drops like a rock. So you'll have to adjust your timing there. Parasol's hitbox is really vertical. So in any situations where you're trying to OTG there, see how she is just really vertical. It's hard to hit her sometimes. Especially if you're trying to finish the combo. Let's see, you're trying to finish the combo there. And I'm trying to do DP, and sometimes that'll whiff. Because sometimes that DP that I just did will whiff because her hitbox is so vertical. And so it's just tiny things to look out for. And the other things is some characters have a lot more bounce to them. Like Fortune, Peacock, and the like, and Valentine specifically also. And you'll see then that when you're doing stuff like this, you have to hit the medium punch later than usual, or delay the medium kick a lot more to make sure that they're on the ground. Otherwise, you end up with crap like that, and then it's hard to actually restand them once they're doing that bouncy thing. You'll find that a lot with Valentine and with Peacock and with Fortune and possibly Philia, and then from there on it's not that difficult. Pinwheel can be a little bouncy. So can I do a good sandwich combo? The corner is a lot easier, so let's do one outside the corner first. See if I can come up with something on the fly. That's right. Some gangsta. Oh, resets. I know I said I was going to do a combo, but I changed my mind. Oops. Reset there, and that unfortunately does catch some people when you do the head a little later, but obviously if they're holding back or down back, it's not going to work. The problem, of course, then is they can push block you if the head hits you, and even though the head will stay wherever it lay, the body gets pushed back. So if you're ever I can't do the block stun one because I don't have those options, but I may do another video in the future about it. If you're keeping the opponent in block, and usually it happens in the corner, they're having like total headache with you doing this, right? If they block, I recommend doing the slide, and then after the slide hits, wait a little bit and then let go of the heavy punch so that the headbutt covers the slide. It's not perfect to 0 frame throws, for example, or things like that, or even mash supers, but it is enough to frame trap, okay? So you can do, well, if they were blocking, you can literally do this. The advantage to doing that is if they're blocking and they're trying to push you, if they manage to push block correctly before the Rekkas move you forward and they're not immediately able to push block again. The slide moves you forward some more and the head still hits after the slide. So it's not perfect, but it's enough to keep pressure, at least a good bit of pressure, and keep them from doing things other than jumping. Okay, they can technically jump out of it. I think the timing is kind of strict, and they can get hit by the head if they're jumping, but I think there's a good bit of hole in there, but I can't test it until I have reversals open. So let me show you a sexy sandwich combo in the corner then. I know it looks so weird. It looks almost like they'll fall off it, but they won't. All right. Just so you know, in case you want to add it to your repertoire a little bit, what I did was end the air combo with down back heavy kick, and then as soon as I do that, I input the DP with heavy punch, and the head by then will have recovered anyway. So I can do other setups for that. Oh shit, that's not it. I can do other setups for that. I can do this, and then do super. The good thing is you can do this if you wanted to, and continue. You can even use more normals that you haven't used yet in your air chains, and then keep going for no particular reason other than you have meter to burn. That is not the best way to kill a single character in a team of 3. I mean, the